And sort of on a personal note, I definitely I was very cynical towards politics in general, maybe like a lot of people. And working on this and seeing the video responses is very powerful. It's very powerful. It really sort of softened my stance on things and gave me a little hope. So a similar execution, which is more of a YouTube brand exercise, is not so much something. There was an advertiser involved, but this was more something that we, YouTube as a brand, have created. Something called the YouTube Symphony Orchestra, and essentially it's basically what we found out is that in the world of classical music, it's not democratic at all. In fact, it's the opposite. It's who you know. It's buying your way into auditions, et cetera, et cetera. So we decided to create something where it's purely democratic, where people could submit auditions via video. They'd be evaluated by a panel, including some well-known conductors. And the panel and the people at Carnegie Hall selected the best submissions at each position in an orchestra, brought them to Carnegie Hall for a concert, and we're doing that again this year.
Get ready. It's time for YouTube Symphony 2. Last time it was in Carnegie Hall, we tried to pack something into every last second. This time we're touring 10,000 miles south to the Sydney Opera House.
You have a chance to be part of the next YouTube Symphony Orchestra.
Whatever you play, wherever you play. Even if you're not a classical musician, we still need to hear from you. But first, you have to audition.
Go to the YouTube Symphony site.
Find the music for your instrument.
Practice like crazy.
Practice.
Practice.
Practice. Practice. Practice. Practice. Practice.
Practice.
And when you think you're ready,
Make a video of yourself playing, and then submit it to the YouTube Symphony channel before
the 28th of November.
For those of you who are into improvisation, there's a way for you to do that too.
We adventurous people, we want to hear from everyone.
It's time for you to play your part.
Play your part.
Play your part.
Play your part.
Juega tu papel.
Ser parte de esta aventura.
As you do it, now you have a chance to play your part.
I'll see you in Sydney.
So this program, when we launched it, it completely obliterated our expectations. I mean, we knew there was a classical music community on YouTube. We knew that there was a growing presence of classical music online in general. But this channel had 25 million views in like a 6-week span. I mean, really completely shattered our expectations. I failed to put the URL in here. It's youtube.com/symphony. If you want to check it out. This is open right now. Also available in 226 countries and dozens of languages, etc. So last couple things I'll leave you with. The last part of storytelling is inspirational. We want stories and narratives to inspire us, help us to realize our potential. This is not something that I'm personally into, but this is this phenomenon of like makeup tutorials is actually quite big on YouTube. And this person in particular, her user handle is Fancy81. Her real name is Lauren Luke, and she's from kind of a dismal place called South Shields, England. And before she was actually working as a taxi dispatcher, and was trying to support her she's a single mother trying to support her son. She started putting makeup tutorial videos on YouTube, very simple, from a webcam, and grew quite a large following. This is a little BBC video here I'll show you that explains it well.
We're supposed to get up 15 minutes of fame, but one woman has been getting more than her fair share thanks to one simple idea and the power of the internet. Lauren Luke from South Shields is a worldwide sensation. She's hit on something that has global appeal to women. Online tutorials on how to make the most of your makeup. But has the talent made it in the cutthroat world of beauty treatments?
Hey y'all, I'm Jorgen. Hiya. I'm going to do a new one with theme parts inspired to see.
She's ahead
Hi everyone, today I'm going to do an all-four look of black, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm a little bit nervous because I've got the dog coming down to take. The visuals are live, well, the as live as they can get. I don't edit them because I don't understand how to edit a video, which is strange. So I just put it on full breath. This is stage 8, you're going to say, this doesn't happen in stage.
So, you know, if you were walking around South Shields, or I think it's near South London, you probably wouldn't look twice at her, but who would know that her videos have been viewed 104 million times on YouTube. And she has almost 500,000 subscribers who are absolutely loving her videos and really embrace her. So some of the numbers here, and we categorize her as a guru. She's the #2 most subscribed guru in the UK. And of course, where audiences are, advertisers follow. So she's working on sponsorship deals for her channel and her content. She launched a line with Sephora, I guess, and now travels around the world doing makeup tutorials. So good for her. Very last thing I'll leave you with, kind of an inspirational category, is a thing we actually just completed a couple weeks ago. It took just a mountain of work, but it was so worth it and so much fun to be a part of. We called it Life in a Day, and this also was a sponsored initiative. LG was the sponsor, and the basic idea was a pretty simple one. It was one day, and I think it was September 14th, 2010.
July 24th.
July 24th, thank you. Wow. September 14th must have been another key date of that program. And basically, on that day, we asked people all over the world to submit video. You know, show us your corner of the world. Show us your piece of experience on that day. And again, it ranged from mundane to wildly beautiful and inspirational. It was, of course, we partnered with Ridley Scott and Director Kevin McDonald, and they had a team who was pouring through the thousands of submissions. They had a strategy in which to categorize and bucket submissions, and they had kind of an idea of what they wanted to do, including film. But I think none of us were prepared for how good the submissions were. That process was very difficult for them. I think they said that having to leave some pieces of video out of the film, the resulting film, was some of the most difficult decisions they'd ever had to make. So, so here's a little snippet from Life in a Day. So we premiered this at Sundance with an event and premiere, and I think it was, I'm biased, but I think it was pretty well received. Got lots of good press, and I think we had one of our first hits in Entertainment Weekly. Did a little thing on this. So this was really about showing the best uses of our site. And trying to convey to people that, yeah, YouTube is the home for funny viral videos. It's the home for a variety of partner content, and it's also an interesting place for advertisers to market and to execute campaigns. But something like this speaks to the breadth and depth and the power of online video, not just YouTube, but just the extent to which people out there have become quite expert at creating content, and editing it, and ultimately with sharing it with the world. So I think that's it. So these are again the five sort of elements of storytelling that go on YouTube, and that's all. Thank you.
One of the things you talked about was live streaming and appointment viewing, and I'd love to hear some of your thoughts or ideas about how you drive people to YouTube or to your channel for a particular experience in time.
Well, for the live streaming executions we've been doing, we YouTube, it's like co-marketing. Like we'll partner with a brand or a partner, and so there's a variety of promotional levers that are being used. There's paid media, big things like giant mastheads. There's much more integrated media campaigns, display media campaigns, and search. Basically, the entire suite of Google products come to bear. But like we've been talking about here in this presentation, we design these things to be social. You know, we create hashtags, we create unique handles, so people will be disseminating and sharing more of it on their own. So in total, it's a pretty powerful promotional package. Yes?
Can you go back in the beginning? You were trying to explain where Zoo fits in. What's the business model exactly? And who are you charging? What's going on? How's it work?
Broadly, what's the YouTube business model?
the Zoo.
Oh, well, I should explain a little bit better. I mean, the Zoo is like, you know, we're Google employees. You know, we sit at YouTube actually in San Bruno, although we have people in New York as well. You know, it's you know, we're selling display media. We're selling what we call promoted video, which is where advertisers can bid against keywords, can bid against search terms to have their videos rise in search results. Actually, the day after Super Bowl, we set a record for our run rate of promoted video. So what that's about is, you know, of course, the day after the Super Bowl, everyone wants to see the commercials again. They're coming to our site, searching for them. Advertisers are ready for that. They're promoting their content on our site to put it right where people can find it easily. But the Zoo, I didn't want to confuse people with that. Like, that's kind of the name we have internally for our group. That what we're trying to do is, you know, this hasn't happened in Google and YouTube yet. Is sort of act like an internal agency, and we've structured ourselves to easily interface with ad agencies. And we didn't always have that before. You know, you have like sales rep, and you have, you know, you might get to meet the account executive and this kind of thing. You know, our purpose is like get in a room, figure out smart ideas, make it efficient, and make it work within like the ecosystem of YouTube. So, yes.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit more about how you use comments? You were saying that's important, and I noticed with the Old Spice there were roughly 20 million views, and you said 20,000 comments. So I'm just curious. Yeah, why you say that, and then how you leverage those?
Sure. Well, it's really up to the content creator to figure out how to leverage it. Like we YouTube, I mean, we don't want people to be afraid of the comments field. We encourage comments. In fact, there's some data that shows that that the ability to comment on a video is related to virality in some way.
Okay.
Occasionally, content creators will just turn off comments, which is another option we give you. But you might be limiting the shareability of it. If you want to see that, besides the view count, what's another way of determining this is popular? This is in the moment. This is the gestalt. This is the zeitgeist. This is what people are sharing right now at this second. There's no better way than seeing the comments, which is crazy and unruly, and you know, yes, it's lowbrow and that kind of thing. But I like to say, you know, there's gold in them are hills comments, and I'm always tickled at how funny and clever